What's up, guys? It's Coach Sauce bringing you a delayed video, but nonetheless, it's here. Game 4 against the depressed Dunsparces, coached by Wilfie himself. Great guy. Now, this game was so much fun because Wilfie and I, we both go into this prepping pretty hard. You know, we get the meta strats out, we calc it, we go in and we try and get in each other's heads mainly. You know, a lot of back and forth that happened, but this game was pretty crazy and there's a lot of luck that happened both sides. Spoiler, mainly me. I got pretty lucky, I feel, but you'll have to see how the game goes. But yeah, the press of Dunsparces and Wilfie, they always bring their A game. So without further ado, let's go check out the Teambuilder and see what I brought this week. So first off, we got our boy Kevin Bacon, the Grumpig. Now, Kevin here, we decided that he has a lot of offensive threats on his team. So we decided we needed some screen protection. So what do? We're going light clay, reflect, light screen. We needed psychic just for a nice little attacking move. And other than that, we put on magic coat. This is just in case we let off against the Skarmory. If he whirlwinds or spikes us, we can get off some nice reflections. So that was kind of the main focus with Kevin Bacon. Max HP and max defense, so pretty solid lead, I think. Up next, we got Scoomadam. This guy, bulky attacker. This is what we were going for. We figured we can get some rapid spin off just in case he brought some hazards. But mainly, we have Surf for some good action against Torkoal. And other than that, Ice Shard, great priority move just to make sure that we can get his swallow down, because that thing, we have to prep for the swallow because that thing hits hard and is ridiculously fast. So just having any type of priority move against that thing is a must. And then last but not least, you know, explosion is pretty good, so we'll tend to run that most weeks. Next up is Ninetales, bringing out probably for the first time this season. Haven't really found a spot to use her that much, but we're going in with an expert belt and just going as a nasty plot set here. Turns out pretty decent coverage in attack. So get a fire blast from the main stab, does a lot of work against his team, as well as energy ball in case the Azumarill comes out or whatnot. Then hidden power rock for everything else like Torkoal, Skarmory. Probably won't like that. I mean, Fire Blast too, but Jinx as well, just in case, catch some switches. But yeah, Swallow, anything. So just thought I would round it out pretty decent. Up next is our boy Jkkayy. Now, Jkkayy here, max HP, max defense. You're gonna see a trend here. A lot of Wilfie's stuff on his team is super powerful in the attack stat. So we had to counterbalance this by making our boys super defensive this week. So with this set, we're just going with Rest, Will-O-Wisp for some burn action, Sleep Talk, and Discharge just to rattle off some 30% paralyzed hacks. So this guy is just basically resting and trying to status as much things as he can, as well as that Levitate being a super sweet ability. Next up to last is Sniff, our Probopass. Now, Chulpaberry, we did identify the Machamp this week, and the Chulpaberry was a must to make sure that we did not soak a 4 times effective hit, but instead reduce that down to 2 times effectiveness, just for those dynamic punches, just in case. Now, I brought Magnet Pull because he has 2 steel types on a team, both in Skarmory and Magneton. So thought that this could be a nice little trapping set here where we can just run Thunderbolt for Azumarill and Swallow, Rock Polish just to get our speed up, Earth Power for great coverage, and Explosion. I wanted this to be like a sneak offensive set where I maybe like throw it in on a decent resisted move, make him think that it was a tank, make him swap out, and then get off some free Rock Polishes to then continue trying to sweep. So we're going max special attack, max speed for that. So thought it could be fun to just set up against the steel types and watch them quake in fear, to be honest. Last but not least, we got Nidoking. My Think sound effects. Now here's the T-Rex right here with a life orb. Poison Point, and we made these EVs basically playing around, trying to outspeed a max speed invested Magneton. Everything else, he basically outspeeds everything except for his Leafeon, his Swallow, and his Jynx. So just an all-around attacker. Wanted to have Stealth Rocks just in case, and then just special attack with Fire Blast, Earth Power, Thunderbolt. It's pretty decent coverage here. So yeah, that is the Raichu for this week, and thought this was a pretty decent team that we brought. So yeah, without further ado, let's go check out the game. All right, so Colin, Wilfie, let's go. Let's get it. So I'm gonna lead off with, as you saw, the Grumpig. Gonna get some screens out. He goes directly into Jynx. So I just go with the plan here. Get up a light screen. He gets up a light screen as well. So our first turns are literally just trading screens. So that's cool. We like that. So there's so many screens that it's literally taking up the screen with text. Father Dimitri comes out. I wanted to swap in Probopass because I knew that Jynx was going to swap out for someone. Did not want to take a stab waterfall, especially as we had no defensive investment, so he probably would have just died. So we avoid the Brick Break. Feels very good. Now we know he's running Brick Break. So we get the discharge off, hoping for some paralyze, and we take waterfall pretty well. So we're kind of happy here to just kind of stay in against Father Dimitri. So we're just going to keep firing off discharges and hope for the land, and we got it. So that feels pretty good. And right now we're kind of winning this trade war. So he feels as though he needs to swap out, which was a good play. And we get off a little discharge. Don't get the paralyze here, but now we have to deal with Little Dennis, who's a wish set. We missed the Will-O-Wisp, which it's okay. We wish we would have hit it, because now we take a Leaf Blade crit, and that does a lot of damage. So at this point, we're just going to keep trying to fire off discharges, hoping for some sort of status, and Little Dennis just gets his own wish. So there's basically nothing I can do against Little Dennis, and Guffaw goes down. So we bring in Ninetales because I think this would be a good time to go in. You know, Leaf Blade won't necessarily kill, and so he swaps, and we get off a nice Nasty Plot, which is great. So Nasty Plot comes out, we hit him with the Hidden Power Rock, and Nigel's down to 20%. Hits us with a Stealth Rocks, pretty decent play, getting those out, and Nigel dies. So Nigel, you did your work, you got the Stealth Rocks out. Now it's time for Jynx, which I go for a Fire Blast, and Jynx is down. I did not have to buy her a Coke. So Colin and I were talking, and the speeds were a little mixed up here, but yeah, Ninetales is pretty speedy. So knowing that it was more of a defensive Jynx, we were lucky enough to outspeed it, and now we're sitting at 5-4, which is just a pretty decent position. But in comes Flappy Bird. I know he's going to try and protect or something, but I cannot stay in against a Guts Flappy Bird. So I bring in Sniff. He's gonna wall this thing out, and we go for a Rock Polish because we know he's gonna switch. So he sets up a Tailwind. So right now we're kind of trying to do a little bit of a speed war. So I know he's gonna switch. So this gives me an opportunity to go in and put up another Rock Polish. Now, I don't know what this is going to accomplish, especially against a Machamp, but we're trying our best. Now, this is where I took quite a while to figure out what to do because I 100% knew a Dynamic Punch was coming. So I go with the safe play and Explode, knowing that a 3x Rock Polish will get me faster than a Tailwind did Machamp. So we got him down to 34%, so I think this is time to bring in Grumpig. Can't really kill us here. And we can start getting off some screens. So we get the Reflect going, which is pretty big against his team, seeing as he has basically all physical attackers left. And now we can just fire off Psychics, because Kevin Bacon has a pretty decent special attack. So Father Dimitri comes in, gets the wish, and feels kind of bad, but we'll just keep trying to whittle him down. We do get the special defense drop, so that feels really good. And we're taking this Waterfall pretty decent, but he runs Protect just for that leftovers recovery. So I like the stall tactics. Comes out, it's gonna soak another Psychic, and we get a crit, which feels pretty bad, because I don't know if it would have mattered in case like 2 Psychics might have taken Little Dennis out, but I don't know. It's definitely one of those that don't feel very good, but it makes up for that crit from before. So Wish does get used. In comes Flappy Bird. He's gonna get a quick facade off, and Kevin Bacon is just fighting for his life. And we just decide to go for some more Psychic, but he does get the wish, and he's at 56%. So we're just gonna stay in and hope to make his burn damage just give some more residual damage, so that we can bring in Scoomadam. And this is why we bring Ice Shard. Priority. So we're now sitting 3-2. We got rid of Swallow, which was a huge threat, and now Screen Setter's gone. Torkoal, Swallow, Leafeon, all he's got left are his 2 attackers, both of which are pretty crippled at this point. So in comes Azumarill. I just go for an Explosion. I knew I was faster, and I wanted to make sure I could kill him, and that was the only option. And because of our speed calcs with our investments, we are able to outspeed Grok, and our thing that is sound effects gets the final blow. So GG's to Wilfie. That was a close game. It was definitely one of those games that could have gone either way if we replay that like again and again. It's that was a tough one. I had to maneuver around a lot of threats that you brought, and it's always crazy trying to prep for your team, man, because you know, going back to when we used to play Pokemon, you're always pretty good. So GG's again. It was fun, and I hope you have the best of luck come playoff season, man. But we got another game ahead of ourselves, and that is against Sarah Bear, aka the coach of the Coochie Poochianas. So that's gonna be a fun one. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching. Peace out, guys.